Well, I killed a big deer in Arkansas with a bow in 2008. Had a dream. True story. July 2007, I had a dream that I killed a 24-point buck with a bow and arrow.
Dang.
And in the dream, it was the state record. I woke up from the dream, picked up a piece of paper, drew the deer on the paper, stashed it away.
No.
Wrote on the paper. I wrote on the paper, Misty, don't throw away. Stashed it in the paper.
Was she notorious for throwing away your midnight doodles?
Throwing away stuff.
Like Clay's writing down dreams again, just tossing it.
And this is absolute truth. And then on October 18th, 2007, I killed a 24-point non-typical whitetail with a bow.
How long after the dream?
Like July to October. And it wasn't as conscious. Like when you go back and tell the story now, it just is almost incredible. I would have drawn that picture and actually forgot about it. Like it was that small, but I was just like, huh. And
so
I drew what
you
I
were
saw.
thinking about it. How often did you think about it leading up to deer season?
I really didn't.
Okay.
It was so small that it would be like afterwards that I was like, let me go. I forgot. It's like the dream.
Oh, so even whenever you saw the deer and you
I
draw
actually
back,
don't remember all that. Like this story never became something I talked about until I got into outdoor media, and I don't talk about it all the time, but I've told it several times. And the buck and the picture is framed in my office right now.
do people believe you?
I mean,
I'm not saying I don't. I'm just wondering if other people do.
I don't really care if they believe me because what happened though, that deer, I had no intentions of being in the outdoor industry, but that deer, I wrote 3 articles that got published in 1 regional magazine and 2 national magazines, North American Whitetail and Bowhunter magazine in 2008. And that deer set me on a path. Like if you could just say, at what point did you like turn just a little bit to the left, to the right, go
the fork in
off.
the road.
And it was that deer. And
dang.
And
had you had like, do you have that often? Like dreams that
I've probably had 5 dreams in my life that were really significant.
Meaningful?
Absolutely. I mean, it's like,
but were any of them like kind of like foreshadowing like that, or were they just like meaningful dreams? Like is that?
No, I would say that one was unique in the specificity of it. Like that it was a 24-point deer.
And you think obviously like God was kind of just talking to you.
I absolutely do.
Yeah. Like how close was it to the picture you drew?
It had some similarities.
Mm-hmm.
Which like when I drew the picture, I was not drawing it from like a photographic image in my head. I just remember the deer had non-typical points and just kind of like the general shape of the frame. So I'm a whitetail guy. Like I showed you my belt buckle yesterday, which I'm official Boone and Crockett scorer.
Attaboy.
So like antlers mean like every antler that I've seen this week, I've like calculated in my head, like probably what it would score. I just do that instinctually, like you probably do for
buck and bull rides.
Buck and bull, exactly.
Yeah,
for real. And so, but what's interesting is that in the Boone and Crockett scoring system, a point is only considered a point if it's over an inch long. And so my deer actually only has 21 scoreable points. But it has 24. It has 3 points that are under an inch that you could hang a ring on. And if you know the whitetail world, you would know that the good old boy way to tell if a deer is an 8-point, a 10-point, a 12-point is how many points you can hang a ring on it. And so because in the dream the deer had 24 points.
You're going to go with the good old boy version.
I think Boone and Crockett missed it. And I mean, I'm an official measure. I mean, I'm wearing their belt, their
so
buckle
when
tail.
you measure, Do you take a ring or do you measure
Well,
an inch?
if I'm officially measuring for Boone and Crockett, I do it their way. But if it's
Mm-hmm.
but the person, I'm like, hey, just between me and you,
Just between me and you.
and probably God, I'd be counting.
And
these.
probably God.
I'd be counting these points.
So, had those points counted, it would have been a state record?
No, that's the part that like I add that part just to make it real. Like there was no state record involved.
Kind of
but
embellishment.
in the dream.
Gotcha.
It was like state record,
Gotcha.
Just that, but again, I think that's that to me that just it was like it was just going to be significant.
Yeah, because it kind of
It's
sets you on a
absolutely
trajectory.
set me on the track.
Yeah, in a direction.
Yeah, it absolutely did. And when I see that deer hanging in my office, like, I mean, I really think about, I don't think about my career like in terms of like accomplishing something. I think of it as a plan from God to provide for my family in a unique way that has allowed me to be the kind of father, the kind of husband that I've been able to be because of the type of work that I do, which, it can be difficult at times because I do travel a lot, but I'm home a lot, man.